what's up?
Coach, how different is the RPO? And I believe you faced it
Yes.
at App State, right?
We
You all
did.
played them a couple years ago.
Yeah, we did. It was a really good game. We ended up losing 20-19. Missed a couple of field goals and a PAT to lose that game, and missed a field goal at the end to lose it with 7 seconds to go. Actually got it blocked. But yes, it's a totally different offense. I mean, when you look at the mesh point and how long they ride the mesh with the ride, and then being able to pull it and run and throw the football and do a lot of RPOs with it, it's a very difficult offense to face. That's why we have to do a great job with our eyes, and making sure we stay in our gaps. That's something that kind of got out of a little bit this past weekend, and our eyes were really, really bad this past weekend. It cost a lot of MAs, and we got to make sure we clean that up.
Was that where you saw the biggest mistakes, that just put the guys running in the right spot?
Yeah. When I have a man, I should have my eyes on him. And if I don't have my eyes on him, I'm looking at the quarterback, and my man is running by me, we're in trouble. So that was the main thing. Just guys not having their eyes in the right spots, and understanding that if my eyes are not in the right spot, bad things are going to happen for us, and big plays will happen for those guys. So, and then a couple of communication problems as well that caused us, a couple of big plays in the passing game for sure. And then once you try to, stop the pass, and then here they go running the football in the second half. So, that was the biggest thing is having our eyes in the right spots.
You mentioned the eyes. You mentioned a specific group, or just overall?
Just overall, as general. You look at, I wouldn't say that as far as the defensive line. I would look at, the back seven guys, making sure they have their eyes in the right spots, especially in the passing game. That was rough to watch, from the sideline, because when you got 2 weeks to prepare for a team and you practicing those routes, 40-something, 50 times, over and over again, and then you go out in the game, and then boom, I'm gonna need to do something extra, as opposed to keep my eyes on my man and cover my guy. So that was disheartening to see on the sideline.
Just a week now, 2 dynamic receivers for Wake Forest, dynamic quarterback. How do you make sure you don't have those same mistakes?
Well, I think you just got to continue to work. When you have a new defense and you got a new coaching staff in here, you expect some MAs, and of course we wouldn't expect to be perfect this season, and we got a long way to go. If we were going to be the best in the country, we wouldn't be here. For sure, but I think we just got to do a better job with our eyes each and every day, each and every play, and that's what we've been harping in practice, and not giving up the big plays, and practicing not giving up the big plays, and making sure that our defensive line is converting to pass rush, with the RPOs, which is a tough ride. But our DB's got to have a lot better coverage. We got to be tight. We can't be, 10 yards off guys and things of that nature. And now the quarterback can sit back there and smoke a cigarette and throw the football anywhere he wants to.
Bryan, what is it about the quarterback? And he seems like efficiency, but he also seems really, really smart.
Yes.
As far as football IQ.
He's a smart football player. I mean, he knows where you're coming from. He knows the weakness of the defense, which defense you're playing. And he knows when to pull it and when not to pull it. And he does a great job running the offense. And he came along mid-season last year, taking those guys to where, getting to a bowl game and things of that nature. But he's a very, very high football IQ guy that knows the game and is running his football team and running his offense to a T like they like it.
There's a number of guys on the staff that have faced this Wake Forest offense before, as well as obviously the players. How much do you gain from that experience when you're facing a team like this?
Well, I think with us as a staff, I think we know, what worked against those guys in 2017, and they knew, and those guys, as far as Wake Forest, they know what worked for them as well, and those are the things we're working on as well. And then, anytime you're going against this type of offense or any offense, you always want to look at things that you've done bad as far as on the defense side of football. That offense, Wake Forest, will probably go back and look at and probably implement it into their offense as well. So, you have to work on that stuff as well. But being able to have guys on our staff that went against it, no doubt has helped preparation-wise.
Bryan talked on Monday about Robert Hickson, you moving him around a lot. And
Yeah.
he seemed like he played pretty well last week.
Yeah.
It was probably the most snaps he's had.
Yes,
right?
it is. Rob has done a phenomenal job. When we first moved him to defensive line in the spring. He did really well there, and then he felt like he was a true linebacker and wanted to lose some weight and put his name in the portal. But then he wanted to come back. So he did a great job of losing weight and got down to where we needed him to get to and moving around well and just couldn't break the line up at backer spot, inside backer spot. So we said, hey, let's try him at outside. And so we tried him at outside, and I think he's found him a home. He's really, really good right now at that outside linebacker spot, getting some playing time this past week. And we just look forward to him getting better. And I can say this, I mean, his attitude is 10,000% better than what it was when we first got here and, when he came back. And that's just kudos to him, just buying in. You talk about buy-in, he's bought in. And he's ready to rock and roll, and we're ready to roll with him as well.
Brian, obviously, coaches have different ways they watch film after a game like that. Are you one of the coaches who watch it over and over and over again, or you watch it once and just focus?
No, you got to watch it one time and understand the mistakes that were made. If you continue to dwell on it, then you can't move forward, But, I'm the type of person that, once you see the mistakes, I know what the mistakes were made. And there's no need to just continue to just, beat yourself over the head with it, because now you can't move on and now you're looking at a different offense as opposed to looking at the offense that you're getting ready to go against. So, no, once I watch it, that's it. That's over and done with. We put it to bed and move on to the next.
Seems like Wake's got they're picking up a lot of yards on their completions. Does that speak to the efficiency you were talking about, or are they kind of looking for big plays when they do play?
I think it's a little bit of both. They're a very efficient offense. They're one of the tops in ACC right now and the tops in the country, as well as just making big plays down the football field. You look at Surratt and you look at Washington, those guys out there on the edges are making really good plays and hitting on the inside. And then the quarterback is running, with his legs as well. And then they do a good job, like I say, lulling to sleep and getting guys out of their gaps. And then now the running back has a hole to hit, and now he's hitting it downhill and getting some yards, big plays. So very efficient, but as well as, making really, really good plays down the field on 50-50 balls.
Talking about those gaps, it seems like Wake kind of runs like an elongated RPO. How do you prepare for that?
Just, continue to practice great eyes and being gap disciplined. And making sure that, you stay in your gap. I don't care what's going on, you stay in your gap, and then once that ball declares and goes across the line of scrimmage, then you chase the football. But we just got to do a great job of gap integrity and making sure we take care of our responsibility and having our eyes in the right spot.
All right.
Good.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, appreciate it.